And turning now to another 17 News at Sunrise interview for Mindful Monday. The holidays can be a mixed bag of emotions for kids between travel, endless relatives, and disrupted routines. Even the happiest gatherings can send kids and parents into emotional meltdowns. So joining us this morning for a discussion on how to cope with challenging holiday emotions is local clinical psychologist Dr. Corey Gonzalez. Good morning.
Good morning, Lauren. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well.
So let's begin by kind of talking about what can we do to prepare our kids for these new emotions they're going to see going into holiday experiences.
Well, that's a good point. And there's a lot of kids that are sensitive to sensory input, or neurodivergent as we call them. And with all the bright lights and flickering lights, big sounds, crowded rooms, changes going on, with travel, bedtimes, meals, and so forth, some of them can get overstimulated, and the social pressures going on to meet and greet family and so forth. And the kids really are affected by this, by their parents and how they, choose and how they cope with this stuff. So some of the things we can do is set expectations and structure for our kids to kind of preview what's going to happen, who's going to be there, how long we're going to be for, some of the anticipated activities, as well as sort of your expectations. That you're going to meet and greet everybody. You're going to be at the dinner table. You're going to be present and off your gadgets or your electronics. And as well as, kind of plan for some short time or down breaks and have an exit strategy. If a kid has meet their limits and they're, you want to think more quality, not just quantity, and have an early exit plan if needed.
So how can parents prepare, kind of going off of that, with what you call a calm down kit?
Yeah. So a calm down kit is to help restore and relax a child when they're overstimulated. And it's basically bringing a few items from home that can help comfort them. That things like a soft blanket or a stuffed animal can help, as well as quiet things like coloring or, puzzles and things like that to get them kind of calmed down. Finding a place, where you can do your calm down kit, maybe some headphones or some sunglasses to kind of block out the noise and the lights that are going on all around them. But to have that calm down kit, and it's really important for parents to realize it's not always what you say, it's what you do. If a child has a meltdown, it's our instinct to want to get in there quickly and rapidly and correct them. But one of the things that we suggest is that you connect with them before you correct them.
Okay.
In other words, you kind of get at eye level with them and say, that was a big sound, wasn't it? There's a lot of noise going on. I hear you. And kind of help them self-regulate by co-regulating with them. Now, let's count to 10 together. Hold my hand. Let's go for a walk. Let's breathe together. Kind of show them how to do it, how to regulate with them. And, to do this with them instead of just telling them what to do can really work.
Yeah, and how can parents modeling this with their kids help them more than just telling them what to do or just saying this, that, and the other? How can it help to actually be doing that with your parent?
Well, when they see how you cope with stress, you see that you're not highly reactive. There's not a bunch of cortisol, adrenaline. It's showing them what to do, because there's a lot of contagion going on. Kids really watch what you're doing. And sometimes as a parent to come back later and say, hey, you know what? When things are calm, let's talk about what happened there. Let's have a teaching moment, what we learned, how we're going to grow from that. And really teach recovery, not so much perfectionism. No one's perfect, but let's teach how to recover. It's one of the best things you could teach your kid, and also kind of walk them into being calm again. Help them do that by co-regulating, modeling it with them, and show them different techniques is one of the best things you can do.
And going into this holiday season, we have Thanksgiving coming up at the end of November. If a parent has a kid struggling, they notice them struggling during Thanksgiving, what can they do to kind of move forward going into Christmas?
Well, like I said, be prepared. Have the calm down kit. Preview what you're going to go through with the kid. Talk about your expectations in a gentle way, and have a plan. And if someone has to leave early, that's okay. And have a place to go if they do have a meltdown, a place to take them to sort of calm them down. But just kind of be prepared and realize that everyone's wired differently. And if you attend to your kid and you help calm your child down instead of just yelling or screaming at them, it's going to do them a lot better and a good service for them in the future on managing their mental health.
Well, Dr. Corey Gonzalez, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Always a pleasure.
All right, stick with us. We'll have more 17 News at Sunrise coming up after the break.